Hi, everyone. How's everyone feeling today? No, seriously. How do you feel right now? I heard some good, some bad, but maybe some of you are feeling just okay. Maybe you're tired, or maybe you're curious or excited about what I might say. Or maybe you're just here because your teacher made you watch this. And it's fine. I get it. But let me ask you something else. When was the last time you checked in with how you felt? Not just when you're doing something that makes you feel okay, but when a situation happens. A situation with someone you care about. And how much time, how many moments, how many people have we lost? Shoot, how many are we in the process of losing right now just because we didn't know what we were feeling, much less how to express those emotions? See, that's the thing. How many of us were actually taught how to have a healthy relationship with our emotions? Any hands? Well, for those that didn't raise your hands, I wouldn't be surprised if you were taught the opposite. That it's better to hide your emotions, not let people see that side of you. And I wish I was lying. What I'm saying is all factual. In the Journal of Cross-Culture Psychology, they found that in many cultures, people are taught that it's better to suppress their emotions. Not because we don't feel anything, but because we're taught that it's more socially acceptable. But what we don't realize is that by holding it in, that just causes way more problems. Once again, what I'm saying has been proven. Psychologist Roy Baumeister found that when we suppress our emotions, all it does is drain our mental energy. And once that runs out, we are way more likely to snap and completely lash out. So yeah, holding it in doesn't really help. But putting all that research stuff aside, sometimes things just get too overwhelming. And it's normal to not know how to deal with those emotions. But I'm not here to preach to you or give you a lecture. I am here, though, to spark an idea. Maybe there's a better way for us to deal with our emotions. And not just in the after moment when we already blew up, but before that. So I started thinking, when I'm in the middle of feeling something really intense, I'm not thinking, let me open up a self-help book. No. Let me journal down how I feel. Actually, let me Google, how do I communicate my emotions? All I'm thinking is, did this person really just say this to me and think I'm gonna let it slide? So I needed something simple. Something not too fancy or too technical. Just something any of us can use when we're feeling like it's a bit too much. And for some, this might sound too simple. But that's the point. This isn't for when we're calm and in control. This is for when we're running to the bathroom to cry. For when we're sitting in the middle of class and trying to hide our face because we don't want the person next to us to see how red our eyes are getting. This is for the times that we get ghosted. For the times that our friend group is leaving us out and we're not sure if it's us or if it's because we're being paranoid. It's something for those moments. And that's how I came up with something I call feel, deal, and then heal. Yeah, I know. How original. But this isn't a rule book. This isn't something I perfected. It's just little tips and tricks that we can do to prevent the downpour of emotions. We don't have to do all the steps in order. We don't even have to do some of the steps at all. Feel. It's easier said than done to feel. But start by thinking, what am I actually feeling right now? Am I more angry that this is happening? Or am I about to burst into tears? And whether it's the former or the latter, do it. Cry. Scream if you have to. But do it someplace you feel comfortable. And whether that means taking a step back, going home, going to the bathroom, going to someplace that you consider a safe space, do that. Because I promise you, letting it out feels so much better than just trying to keep it in. Deal. When you kind of know how you feel, ask yourself, is this something I need to deal with right now? Do I need to rush to react? Or is it something I can just sit on for a while? And if you still don't know, that's cool. Take some time to think. And whether you have to, go for a walk, write it down, talk to anyone, whether it's your friends, your parents, I've been talking to my teachers. Do that and think. Because thinking can actually clear up most situations in your mind. And lastly, heal. When it's time, and whether that's in a few hours, a few days, a few weeks, even a few months, take that time and figure out what your next move is going to be. And maybe that's, having a calm, honest conversation with the person. When will you hear the person out? And vice versa. Maybe it's setting a boundary. Or maybe it's realizing this person or group of people, they're not for me. Simply state it and go on your merry way. The point is, we don't have to hide our feelings. But we don't have to let them control us either. See, there's this middle space. And it's way more powerful than we give it credit for. So no, I'm not a therapist. Look at me. I never learned psychology in school. I never learned how to fix people's minds. I'm just someone who had to go through it the hard way. Because I lost someone I cared about. Man, me and that girl, we used to be attached at the hip. Everywhere I went, she was right there, and vice versa. We liked the same things, hated the same teachers, told each other everything. So when it all started falling apart, it didn't just feel like I was losing a friend. It felt like I was losing a part of myself, and that I didn't know how to go on without her. Man, I hated her for a long time. I wanted to hurt her with my success, with her failures. I wanted her to feel the pain that I felt when I felt completely abandoned by her. But realizing that anger that I felt, it wasn't strength. It was pain I never allowed myself to feel. That it was easier to stay mad than actually think about stuff. And that stopped making me ask, how could she do this to me? And started making me ask, why did this affect me so much? The truth is, I didn't know how to control what I was feeling. I said and did some bad stuff, some stuff that I can't take back. And it wasn't just me. She was holding on to so much. Things she felt but never said. Questions she never asked. Little frustrations that built up until they couldn't anymore. And maybe if we'd both listened to each other and understood each other, if I had known how to pause before reacting, maybe things wouldn't have ended the way they did. And that maybe is something that haunts me till this day. But that maybe, it's helped me in so many ways. Because from all the tears, the snot running down my nose, from all the pain, the hurt, and the confusion, I started thinking about how I can feel my emotions, how I can deal with the emotions that used to swallow me whole, and how I can heal from those traumatic feelings that used to control me. And I wish I had the definite answer. I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell myself how to stop those emotions completely. It would be easier that way. But for now, I try. I try every time my new friends say something that hurt me. I try every time I feel my eyes start stinging from oncoming tears. I try when it would be easier to react and say something than simply sit on it. I try to feel, deal, and then heal. And this isn't something that I perfected. I wouldn't be standing here right now if I did. But maybe it's your time to try. It's time to try and give yourself a second. Maybe try and pause before you react. Try and give yourselves grace. So now, when I ask you, how's everyone feeling today? Maybe your answer will stay the same. But at least you have a solution for the next time stronger emotions come. My name is Zekki Wilson, and that's all I came here to say. Thank you.